Hello, and welcome to the newest podcast from Thomas Martelloni Genealogy Research. I'm Thomas Martelloni, your host, and you're listening to my newest podcast titled The Secret Weapon of Genealogy, Research Logs. We've all been there. You're deep into a late-night research session, clicking through census records or digitized parish books, and you feel like you're this close to finding where your great-great-grandfather disappeared to in 1880. But then, life happens. You get tired, the laptop closes, and a week goes by. When you sit back down, you realize with a sinking feeling that you can't remember which John Smith you've already ruled out. Over the past few weeks, I've been doing heavy research in Corrado, Italy, which is located in the province of Puglia. I've had two occasions where I spent a ton of time looking at sets of records, only to then think, wait, I think I already looked through these records trying to find information on this person. So I'm admitting here in my podcast that even after researching for many, many years, I still have times where I need to sharpen my skills in certain areas and figure out how to best maximize my time and to search smart. Today, we're talking about the one tool that separates the hobbyist from the pro and the frustrated researcher from the successful one, and that would be the research log. Now, I know what you're thinking. Thomas, I want to find my ancestors and I don't want to be doing data entry. I get it, but a research log isn't just extra work. It is actually the fastest way to get results, and here's why. First, it prevents the circular research trap. Without a log, you will eventually find yourself searching the same database or records for the same name with the same parameters 6 months from now. You'll waste hours finding the same nothing you found today. A log proves you were there. Second, and this is a big one, it also tracks your negative searches. In genealogy, knowing where someone wasn't is often just as important as knowing where they were. If you searched the 1850 mortality schedule for Suffolk County and found nothing, that is a vital piece of evidence. If you don't write that down, you haven't failed to find information, you've actually lost a piece of the puzzle. Finally, keeping a research log builds a roadmap. A good log shows the evolution of your thinking. It allows you to pick up exactly where you left off, whether it's been 2 days or 2 years. It turns a chaotic pile of discoveries into a professional, cohesive narrative. So, you're probably wondering, how do you actually do it? Well, let me just tell you, the best system is the one you will actually use. Let's break down some of the most popular methods. First, you've got the digital spreadsheet, which might be considered the gold standard. Using Excel or Google Sheets is probably the most common method for professional researchers. I will share with you, I am a Google user. I have been for many years, and I like Google because I can access Google from any place in the world. If I'm out researching in the field, I can have my phone. As long as I can get a signal or internet, I can get to my record and I can get to my research log. So the pro of using this is it's searchable. You can filter by date, location, or surname. Additionally, the setup. I would recommend columns for things like date, ancestor name, goal, what were you looking for, source citation, where did you look, and results, what did you find? If I were to give you a pro tip, I might say, hey, think about including a comments column to jot down your hunches or why you think a certain record was a near miss. Number 2, for another method, and that is that you could use a specialized genealogy software. Programs like Roots Magic, Legacy, or Reunion often have built-in research logs. The pro is that they can link directly to the people in your tree, which is great. The con is that sometimes they might be able to feel a little bit rigid and they don't let you customize your notes. The other piece is you may not be able to access those from anywhere. The third method would be to use a paper log. So it's kind of a tactile approach. I wouldn't underestimate the power of a physical binder or a dedicated research journal. And again, you need to figure out what will work best for you. The pros around using a paper log, there is something about the mind to pen connection that may help with analytical thinking. Plus, if you're visiting a physical archive or courthouse, a notebook is often easier to manage than a laptop. The tip I might give you is Use a pre-printed template so you don't have to draw columns every time. Keep them in a 3-ring binder organized by family line. The other thing is that you can have a binder with several tabs in it and have them by family, so that way you're not having to keep multiple binders. The last and fourth recommendation I would make is the hybrid method. So many people use tools like Evernote or Notion. There's also tools like Google Keep or Google Docs. These allow you to type notes, clip web images of records, and then sync them across your phone and computer. It's the flexibility of paper with the searchability of digital. So you may have some paper logs that you take with you if you're going on a trip and you're not sure how your reception will be on a phone. And then maybe you also have a spreadsheet and you use that to keep stuff in so that way when you're home, you can access that, or when you're somewhere with a good signal. So again, 4 options: digital, specialized software, a paper log, and then a hybrid method. I think for many people, the hybrid method will probably be the go-to in regards to how they can best manage. But again, you need to pick a system that you think you'll use and that will work well for you. All right. Well, we're getting near the end of the podcast, and I'm going to share some closing thoughts with you. At the end of the day, genealogy is really a giant logic puzzle. If you only keep what might be considered the pieces, the birth certificates and the photos, but you throw away what might be considered the instructions, your research process, the puzzle may stay unfinished. My challenge to you for this week, or when you do upcoming research, on your next research session, don't open a single search tab until you've opened a log. Determine what log might be best for you and have it at the ready. Write down your goal for the hour, and even if you find nothing, record the search. I promise you, your future self will thank you. If you're feeling overwhelmed by your own family brick walls, or if you want a professional eye to help organize your search, I can be there to help you. You can find me at Thomas Martelloni Genealogy Research. That's my website. And we can work to help find your story together. Thanks for listening, and happy hunting. You can also find a copy of a sample research log on my website under the blog session. I will have that linked, and you can edit that. It'll be in a Google spreadsheet, and you can make it your own. Have a great day.